Students, this is Mahesh Reddy. In this class, I am going to deal about addressing modes. Let us see what is an addressing mode. Then we discuss how many types of addressing modes are there in TM4C 123. See, what is addressing mode? What is addressing mode? The method of specifying data to be operated by an instruction is called as an addressing mode. What is that? The method of specifying data to be operated by an instruction. How instruction is accessing the data is called as an addressing mode. See another definition, you can understand better. The different ways that a processor can access the data are referred as addressing mode. That means in how many ways the processor is going to access the data present in the memory or registers is called as an addressing mode. These different ways is referred to as an addressing mode. How you are addressing the data present in the memory or register, how you are getting the data and performing operation is called as an addressing mode. Let us see the first addressing mode. The first one is immediate addressing mode. What is immediate addressing mode? The immediate addressing mode is one in which the operand or data is given in the instruction itself. If your data is present in the instruction itself, then it is called as an immediate addressing mode. Here, in immediate addressing mode, your data is an part of the instruction. That means it will present in the instruction itself. See, for example, let us say an example. Move R0, comma, hash 0x1234. See, here 1, 2, 3, 4 is the data. You are giving data directly in the instruction. So it is called as an immediate addressing mode. If data is present immediately in the instruction, it is called as an immediate addressing mode. Here what you are doing, you are moving data from data to R0. Here R0 is a register. See another example. Here in TM4C 123, you have to remember one thing. It may have three operands like this. Generally, we know about two operands in the instruction. TM4C 123 contains three operands. Let us see what these three operands mean. What is the instruction here given? Subtract R0, comma, R1, comma, hash 1. This is a given instruction. See here, what this means subtract 1 from the contents present in the R1 and move that results into R0. Okay, what does this mean? Subtract 1 from the content present in the R1 and move the resultant data into R0. This is the meaning of these three operands. And see, here immediate data is present. Hash 1 means immediate data. Here immediate data is represented with hash. Immediate data is present in the instruction itself. So it is called as an immediate addressing. This type of instructions are called immediate addressing. Next one, register addressing. Register addressing indicates both the operands present in the instruction are registers only. If both the operands available in the register are registers only, then it is called as an immediate addressing mode. See here. For example, move R1, comma, R2. Here R1 and R2 both are registers only and data is present in the registers. What you are doing here? Here you are moving or copying data present in the R2 to R1. This type of addressing is called as an register addressing. Both the operands present in the instruction are registers, then it is called as termed as a register addressing. See here, another example, subtract R0, comma, R1, comma, R2. There three operands are there. As I said earlier, it subtracts the contents of R2 from R1 and places the result into R0. Understand? As all the operands are registers, it is called as a register addressing mode. Next, register indirect addressing mode. See here, the register indirect addressing is one in which address present in the register, in that address location, data will be available. See, the address of the operand is available in the register. That means the address of the data is present in the register, and the register with address is specified in the instruction. It is called as a register indirect address. See here, this brackets indicates indirect addressing, and R2 holds the address of the data. So it fetches the data present in the address location which is present in R2, and it will load the data into the R1. That's the meaning of this instruction. Next, see here, load R1 with data pointed by R2. Next, similarly, add, it is a 3 operand instruction. Look here, what it will do, it will add R1 with data pointed by R2 and store that result into R0. Store that result into R0. Next, index addressing or register relative addressing. Index or register relative addressing means you will specify some relative address or data in the instruction. Therefore, the effective address of the data is the sum of the content of a register and offset. What you are giving here? You are giving offset. This offset should be added to the address present in the register, and it will form the effective address. In that effective address location, your data will be present. This type of addressing is called as an indexed address. We will see an example. You will understand later. Let us see an example here. In index addressing, you are having pre-indexed addressing all, and pre-indexed with write back, post-indexed addressing. These three are the addressing present in the indexed addressing mode. Let us see the first one, pre-indexed. See, in pre-indexed addressing mode, here, see, LDR R1 comma bracket of R2 comma hash 4. Here hash 4 is there, no? This is the offset. This offset is added to the address present in the R2, and it will form the effective address. From that effective address, it fetches the data and stores the data into the R1. This is the actual meaning. This type of addressing is called as an pre-indexed addressing. Here see another example. Here LDR R1 bracket of R2 comma R3. Two registers are present in brackets, no? Then what it will do means it will add the contents of R2 and R3 to addresses, and it form the effective address. From that address, it will load the data into the R1. Next one, pre-indexed with write back. See here, in this, see pre-indexed and with write back also. See LDR R1 comma bracket of R2 comma hash 4. This indication, this mark represents the write back. See here what happens. Load R1 with data pointed by R2 plus 4. What it will do? It will add this offset to R2. Then it will store the content data present in the this one to the R1 as done in previously. Then what happens means this R2 value is updated to R2 plus 4. That means this R2 value will incremented to 4 thereafter. This type of addressing is called as a pre-indexed with write back address. Next, see another example. LDR R1 comma bracket of R2 comma R3. Next, what it will do? It will load R1 with data pointed by R2 plus R3. It will add the addresses of R2 and R3. After what happens? This R2 will update it to R2 plus R3. Understand? This type of addressing is called pre-indexed with right name. Next, post-indexed. See, post-indexed means first what it will do means it will load R1 with data pointed by R2. Then after, what it will do? It will load R1 with data pointed by R2. And then thereafter what happens? R2 is updated by R2 plus 4. Post-indexed means it will not add this offset address at the first time. First, it will shift the data present in the location R2 to the R1. Next, what it will do? Next, it will update R2 to R2 plus 4. This type of addressing is called post-index. In post-indexing, first it will transfer the data. Next, it will add the offset. But in pre-indexing, it will first add the offset and then it will transfer the data to the R1. Here see another example, LDR R1 comma bracket of R2 comma R3. See here what happens here. Here first the data present in the R2 address is shifted to R1. Thereafter R2 will be updated to R2 plus R3. This type of addressing is called as a post-index and the PC relative addressing is indexed addressing mode using the PC as a pointer. PC means program counter as a pointer. Here the relative address is specified in the instruction which is to be added to the present PC to get the destination. You should add it with the program counter address. Where it will be used means it will be used in assembly language programming. We simply specify the label to which we wish to jump. We will specify the labels, no? Jump to some location. Then what happens? In order to jump to that location, the program counter value of that location is added to the current address so that we can jump to that location and perform or operate on that instructions. There, this PC relative addressing mode is used. Let us see an example. A simple example of PC relative addressing is unconditional branch. See here, B location means branch to location. That means jump to location. This is unconditional jump. Here what happens? It will jump to the location. We will specify this location label somewhere in the programming. Right now, so this location address is added to the current instruction address for jumping from this address to location address. This type of jumping is there, no? Here PC relative addressing mode is used. Next, here branch if equal to loop. Branch to loop. If zero flag is equal means zero flag is set if there are two equal operands. Now, this is a conditional jump, and here also PC relative addressing mode is used because you are jumping to some other location by adding the location address to the current address. This type of addressing is called as a PC relative addressing.